Hey everybody, welcome to another week of my weekly stock picks. My name is Brock. Follow me on Twitter at Don'tFeedBear. Go ahead and check out my blog www.don'tfeedbear.com, and if you guys give me a subscribe on YouTube, I'd greatly appreciate that. I'm gonna have a lot more content coming out on YouTube. So this is for the upcoming week of 621 to 625. Let's go ahead and take a look at how the markets have been doing. Our SPY indicator right now, we're pushing up against that bottom of the support line. I mentioned that I thought we would be fine this past week, and for tech we were, but for a lot of the S&P 500 stocks, as you can see, we had a decline of about 2.5%. You know, that's a pretty big drop for a lot of stocks in the S&P 500. So I expect this to possibly lead into possibly breaking down just a little bit. Like I said, I don't see it going too bad, but maybe this week was when it was going to happen. But I still see a little bit more red ahead for next week. Let's keep an eye out. Have some money ready to buy those dips. I don't see us. I don't see us going into a downtrend or a crash coming as of yet. Or I don't see it coming. I've going to give no indication that that's going to happen. So let's watch this next week and see how it goes. If we check out tech, we can take a look and see that tech's actually doing pretty good. It had a better week than the S&P 500. So as you can see here, we had a great first and third day, and then the last day was kind of sideways. So like I said, my account's done very well. I do have a lot of tech in there because I just feel like we're headed to this end mid 350s. I think is where we're at least gonna hit there. It could just keep going, but so far tech's looking good for now. So all right. Let's go ahead and jump into my weekly stock picks. So for this week, I've got JetBlue, Skills Inc., Advanced Micro Devices, and Spirit Aerosystems. So as you know, as always, I put the type of setup that they have, their buy zones, when you should cut loss, or the cut loss, and then the price targets that you should be looking for. So I always put up the charts that I'm seeing. I give you guys kind of what I'm seeing and what I have planned for the next week and how I plan to trade these specific stocks. So if you have questions, please message me, ask me. I'm always happy and here to help. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into it. So the first one's JetBlue. Like I mentioned, a lot of the airline stocks, kind of took a dive this past week. JetBlue is, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 8 out of the 9 last days were red. So it seems like it wants to hold this, but it held this support line and then bounced up through intraday. So that's a good sign. The last support line I have here is over at 1640. But so far, I just think that indicators are showing that we're still above the 200. So we're still in an uptrend. Yeah, it doesn't look good, but if you look, I mean, the RSI is almost negative. Things are heading down. I think we're headed up soon. I just think that we're going to rotate out of tech and into some of these value plays, some airline stocks, stuff like that. I think airlines are going to have a good July, but we might need to go a little sideways first before it really starts taking off. But right now would be a great time to get in. I just think airlines are going to take off this summer. People are the pent-up demand. Europe just said that Americans are allowed to travel to Europe now. COVID restrictions are being dropped. I really see that this summer. I think airlines will do well. So keep an eye on JetBlue. I have high hopes for this one. I got 3 different price targets. So keep an eye on it. Okay. Up next is Skills Inc. So Skills Inc. Was on my list for investments. I am invested in them long term, but I see a trading opportunity here. So there's 2 different ones. So right off the bat, we saw this double bottom here, and then if this is in fact is the end of this this 3-7-11 wave, then we see the up for the 1, down for the 2. So maybe we got a little bit more to go. So this white box right here would be a great spot to buy. I will be personally getting in on my trading account if it hits into this box. I think we got a nice long wave 3 to go. As you can see here, that the Ichimoku has flipped. And as you can see here, the RSI is starting to tilt up. I think we're going to see a nice little quick dip. So those are all great. Those are all good. Those all follow my strategies and how I trade. And it looks good. It's something I'm interested in. But this kind of helps too, is that I'm hearing that It's on the Wall Street Bets. This is one of the stocks that they're eyeing. So, hey, if they want to take this thing and take it to the moon, I'm all for it. I'll once I hit my price target, I'll be out though. I'm not gonna have diamond hands, for 30 days. But the fact that it's being mentioned as a possible target for Wall Street Bets, that makes me feel good. That maybe this blasts off and we can get there in 3 days and everyone makes money. What's wrong with that? So. All right, up next is AMD. You all know I am a big, huge supporter of AMD. Fantastic company. I've got a lot of my long-term portfolio in AMD. It's just everything about it right now screams that this is going to be a big winner over the next decade. So, from management to future orders to the acquisition of Zelenex, there's been no bumps in the road for their acquisition. So it's all looking good. But okay, let's look at this. So the reason this one's a little different, now NVIDIA just went on a crazy run. So that kind of tells you that maybe an AMD is coming up next. So we had the 1, the dip to the 2. We ran all the way here in 2020 for the 3. And as you know, at the beginning of 2021, we came to that wave 4, which takes a while, as you can see all the way from here, from January all the way till May. That's a long time. And now I think we're finally going to reach this. So there's 2 possibilities, though. I could see us dipping down into the second Elliott wave right here. If we take this guy right here and we get that 61.8 retracement. So somewhere in this box might be a good opportunity, for you guys to get in. I see this going triple digits sometime in 2021, as early as the end, towards the end of summer, maybe even end of July. So if this dips in this box, I will 100% be buying options and shares and anything else they'll let me buy. I just think this is building up momentum. It's been building for the last 4 or 5 months. It's now above all 3 indicators. So it's look at this here. Even the Ichimoku cloud, it wants to push up. This wants to push up. RSI dipped for a little bit. Now it's want to go back up. Again, I just think this is a great pickup. If it drops into this box here, buy. If it doesn't, hey, you missed the boat. It's okay. I'll find you plenty more. Don't go chasing if you're going to swing trade. You cannot do that if you're going to do swing trades. So, but if it enters this box, please, I'm going to buy. So if you want to join me, go for it. All right, and then the last one on the list is Spirit Aerosystems. So Spirit Aerosystems is kind of in line with the whole airlines that I'm seeing them taking off this summer. I had Boeing, a couple weeks ago. And I think that they're going to be the same deal. I could see them dropping into this box here if we dip next week, and that'd be a great pickup because, again, this is going to run with the airlines. They're one of the biggest suppliers for Boeing, so when Boeing does well, they do well. So, like I said, if airlines do well, Boeing does well. So, I think this is a good opportunity to purchase somewhere in this box. Like I said, wait for it to enter this buy zone before you buy if you're going to do the swing trade, and then just let it sit and get all the way up to this level 3, this wave 3. So, all right, those are my 4 stock picks of the week. Let's go ahead and take up my honorable mention. My honorable mention means that I see something in these stocks that I like, but I'm not convinced it's at the level of a stock pick yet. So let's go ahead and take a look at Fubo. So Fubo, if you look here, I see a 5 wave coming. A very similar setup to one of the other stocks that I mentioned, Skills. So as you can see, I can see it dipping here, and then we can buy in this really good price range. I mean, you can go as far down as here, but I felt kind of weird, more rectangle. So, but you could definitely move this box down a little bit. So let's go ahead and do that. But I think entering this soon is a good opportunity because we see down here we could get this little double bottom where it doesn't fully go down all the way to 61.8, and I would hate to miss out on that. So maybe the top half of this box or move it back where it was is a good spot for it. So if interested, Fubo might be one to go after. If we take a look at the indicators, as you can see above all my indicators, the Ichimoku's flipped. It's down on the RSI, so it looks like it wants to go up. This looks like a good one here. Not quite at the levels of a stock pick, but it was very, very close. This is the closest. It almost made it. It was between this and Skills, and I gave Skills the nod because it looks set up better. All right, next one is Draftkings. So I did chart on Draftkings earlier this week. I mentioned that they need some sort of catalyst. They just kind of going sideways in this little squeeze pattern. So maybe we see a dip down here to the bottom, and then if you want to buy in there and wait for to break out. But again, reason it's not a stock pick is I don't like that's below 200. I don't like the Ichimoku cloud, low on the RSI, and then you have the bearish cross. So it might break down before it breaks up. So if you're playing probability here, probability is it breaks down before it breaks up. So this is one you want to be careful with, unless it gets just a really good catalyst. I don't, this one might have more downside before it's ready to go up again. So buyer beware, Okay, Intel, like I said, Nvidia ran, and an AMD kind of ran a little bit this week too. Intel went down, but I like this gap here. I do. However, I want to see, do we get that double bottom here, kind of here and then here. That's been a very popular indicator lately, or market setup. So let's go ahead and see if we can get kind of a bottom here, a little sideways action, and then maybe it'll be a good time to buy in on Intel, next week or the week after. So just keep an eye on this. I like this gap here. It shows, because it's always, every gap it's had, it's always filled. So keep an eye for that gap. It might show up on a stock pick soon. So Penn Games, like I said, huge fan of David Portnoy. Like the guy a lot. I think he's great. But as of right now, it's been kind of beat up. It's going down. I don't think it's done yet, because I think it's still on that 3. I think we've hit the 7, and I think we got this last little leg down, and then we're going to take off. A good kind of support would be right here, and a good one would be right here. So, no, not that one. So, this guy right here. So those are 2 good support levels. If it breaks past, I'm not sure if it will break past this top one, but based on the way it looks, I think it's going to go all the way down to 52. So, but maybe it holds the support. We got to see, is there good news coming out, stuff like that. I know football season's right around the corner. That could be a nice catalyst for it. We'll see, but that's why it's not a stock pick. It's we want to keep an eye on it. So keep an eye on those 4. And I already gave you the 4 stock picks of the week. So thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions or just want to send me a message of something else I could do to provide to you guys, please let me know and I'll do what I can for you. All right, let's all have a very green week, and I'll see you guys at opening bell Monday morning. Take it easy. Okay, bye.